because you aren't looking beyond the okay lang stage. To me, comfort zones are boring portions of life. In the back of our head, something says, this is not enough. Kailangan meron pa. I am almost 70, and I still feel that way. There has to be something more. Like now I feel I am in a comfort zone, and I am wondering what at age 70 will change for me. I could die. Anyway. So I ask myself, why not look up and far away and look for change? What will happen if I decided to make more money? I mean, really work hard, because I'm retired then, to find the close to perfect way to make more money for myself. I don't have anybody to support me. I have to support myself. I don't want my children to support me. I want to be able to set aside more money to provide for myself. How do I do that? You know, we are Filipinos. Ang hirap sa atin, we're trapped in our culture that tells us what to do and what not to do, what to say and what not to say. We expect our children to take care of us in our old age. But is that a realistic expectation? No, we gave them life. I believe we should set them free. How did I grow to my level of independence? My father died when I was 6 months old. My mother remarried after I had married, and took care of my children for a while until I could take over them. I threw away all the rules, all of society's rules. So I talk about my life openly. You think it was scandalous, what I told you already? Well, while I was living in the house in Forest Park, my first husband, my ex-husband, married a young woman. Okay? Then, I separated from the Marcos guy, right? Let's call him Jude. Many years later, one of my friends called me and said, "Oy, kilala mo ba yung, alam mo ba kung sinong girlfriend ni Jude ngayon?" Sabi ko, hindi. At hindi naman ako interesado. Hindi, interesado ka. Sabi ko, bakit? Sino nga ba? Sabi niya, yung asawa ng ex-husband ko. Okay. There was another scandal revive, di ba? Many people called my husband, my ex-husband, June's food taster. So what I thought, my goodness, who wrote this script? You know, because I started my career in advertising as a partial copywriter, so then I'd have to look at all those documents and say, who wrote this script? If it were given to me, I'll return it to her and say, rewrite. It's too tacky. It can't be true. But it was true. And it was happening to me. So, did I try to conceal that from my children? No. It was the truth. And it was worth throwing the rules of life away for. We could talk about it. We threw out the concept of hiya. Bakit nakakahiya naman yan? Nakakahiya naman sabihin. Maski na hindi mo sabihin, kumakalat Di ba? So, sabihin mo na, mauna ka na, di ba? At bakit tayo mahihiya? Hindi naman tayo gumawa. Iba naman tayo gumawa. So, dapat itong entire concept of hiya sa kultura natin, dapat bisitahin natin ulit Kasi kung minsan maling-mali tayo sa kinahihiya natin. Diba? So, anyway, yan ang istorya ng buhay ko. It is almost the entire scandal. But I have to save the whole scandal for my own book. So, I'll not tell you everything. The only thing I want you to learn from my telling you my scandals is that you can live through it. You can live through anything. Each one of us has in us the power to survive. Sure, there are going to be rough patches, but you will survive. I bet most of you discovered STEM Enhance when you saw someone you had not seen in a long time, and he or she was looking good. Or you met someone who had been sick and took the product and got well. So you tried it yourself, and you found that this product helps people. In 2003, I had a stroke. And it's true, I had a stroke and I was in my right brain. So according to my neurologist, I wasn't paralyzed because it was in my right brain. But I had no emotions. Okay? And I was really stupid. Para akong tanga. I look at the wall. Before, when I was working, when I looked at the wall, it was because I'm trying to come up with an idea for the next thing I should do. But this time, no. When I looked at the wall, I was looking at the wall. And I could do that for hours. The neurologist prescribed drugs for me, and they were 19,600 a month. I freaked out. I said, I can't afford that. I'm retired. I can't afford to spend that much money just on drugs. No? So I told her, what do I do if I don't want to take your chemical medicines? What risks do I take? She says, well, you risk having another stroke. Huh? Yun lang. Okay, I'll take that risk, I said. But the stroke had changed my personality really. And I was quieter. I did not laugh as loud. And I was parang there, present in the room, but not there. Okay? Then one day I ran into Boy Bunyag, who was looking really good. Guapo. I asked him, ba't ang guwapo mo ngayon? And expected something frivolous na love or no, pero sabi niya, STEM Enhance. Miinom ako ng STEM Enhance. I didn't even ask what it was. I said, sige, I'll get the bottle from him. So I got a bottle from him, took the 3 capsules every morning. After 10 days, I felt better. You know, before that, I was always in my pajamas, and I was in my pajamas the whole day unless I had somewhere to go. But suddenly I would get up, get dressed, do things for myself, look for things to do. So, okay, enjoy ako. I was busy making jewelry. I didn't bother to really sell STEM Enhance. But one day I decided, I write a column, I had nothing to write about, so I decided to write about STEM Enhance. I did not tell God. But that morning, he called me up. He was freaking out. Sabi niya, hindi na tumigil ng tulog ang telepono ko. Dapat tulungan mo ako dito. Kasi sabi ko sa mga apo ko, mag-babysit ako, hindi ko sila maasikaso dahil sagot ako ng sagot ng telepono. So, that's how I got started. After that, I was taking STEM Enhance. Mga 8 months later, 8 months from the first time I took it, I heard a loud pop in my head. Couldn't find what caused it. But after that, I realized my old personality was back. I was writing the same way I used to write because during my stroke, pumangit yung pagsusulat ko eh. Pero bumalik, malakas na naman ko tumawa. My emotions were back. Okay? So, so I started to sell, but very slowly. Then one day, I got a phone call from a man inviting me for coffee.